This is Matrix Lord 212, and this video is going to be about video games, especially the systems that are put out by Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. And I do want to go into detail about it because it's something that we always have in this household. I always buy games for my kids. But I noticed, these companies, they come out with systems, let's say like the PS Vita for Sony. And when it first comes out, it's the hot new system. I mean, we're talking about a handheld system. And I want to buy it for the kids with a whole bunch of games. And then, for months and months on end, nothing comes out worthy to play. I mean, there is no software support for any of these systems. I mean, you would think you would put the Vita out and a good launch titles, and then after a while, nothing comes out. And this is why systems fall. Not because of the software, not because of the system, but because of the software, the games. There is no games. Where are the PS Vita games? Nowhere to be found. Same thing with the Wii U. The Wii U is recording to be losing sales. It didn't get its projected 4 million units sold, probably because there's no games out right now. I mean, this is the problem, and you could tell these people until they're blue in the face. You need to, if you're going to make a system, you need to put out games, and lots of games. I mean, I can't stress that enough. We've had every system there is in this house, okay? We're probably going to have a PS4. We're probably going to have a new Microsoft system. We have the Wii U. So you need to put out games in order for your system to survive and be on top. I would suggest with the Wii U, you put out a Metroid. You put out Kid Icarus. You put out Punch-Out. You put out whatever. You get other companies to do exclusive games, and stop trying to make it just for kids. Make it for adults. Put out a Resident Evil exclusive to the Wii U like you used to do for the GameCube, like Resident Evil 0. Put out exclusive games. Put out Nintendo games. Make Mario games galore. You could do besides the new Super Mario Brothers 2 or new Super Mario Brothers or whatever, or Super Mario Brothers Me, put out other stuff. Put out Zelda. Put out other characters that you do well on, and don't limit the system to survive on a few games. This is the day and the age where kids beat games in a day or a couple days, and you know what? You need to have something else for them to play. And the problem is that each of these video game companies make sales for each other, because when, say, Wii U doesn't put out games, people go to another platform. They go to Sony. They go to Microsoft. When Microsoft or let's say Sony doesn't put out games for Vita, that brings the sales to the 3DS. I mean, they're basically helping each other out because they're not putting out the proper amount of software. And coming from a gamer from day one, I mean, when I was a kid, you need, I'm not saying 2 titles, I mean, load it up. And don't put out garbage titles either. Put out a lot of video games out there. Make a selection. I mean, I went to, the video game store the other day. It's like pathetic. Where are the Vita games, man? There's nothing there. Where are the Wii U games? I mean, we got the Wii U. We got a whole bunch of games. There's nothing out. It's embarrassing. And don't tell me it's, the slow period of games. There's no such thing as a slow period of games. How would these companies like GameStop survive if there was ever a slow period of games? There's never a slow period of games. Sometimes people, this is the time they buy, they trade, whatever they do, they buy new games. There's never a slow period. It's just not as big a period as, say, the Christmas season, but it's always sales. You can always capitalize on sales. So you need to start putting out PS Vita games. You need to start putting out, 3DS games. I mean, and now the DS is going to cease production soon because they're having quarterly losses, and the Wii U is doing bad. Why? Because it's not bad. It's not doing as well because there's no games. Put out games. Do you understand? Pay the money. Put out a variety of games, and big games, not little games. If you're Nintendo, that should have been the first thing. Metroid or whatever. Punch-Out, anything. Sports games, everything, different exclusive games to the system. Should have Zombie U Part 2 or something. You should have you know, everything out there. Come on. There should be a Resident Evil exclusive. You should make deals. Should bring Contra back, something. I mean, you know, Sonic. You know, Sega ain't doing that great. They do something with Sonic. Maybe buy Sega. Maybe Nintendo needs to buy Sega because they put out the horrible you know, Aliens cloning Marines. You know, so I mean, do something, Nintendo, and same thing for Sony and for Microsoft. You need to put stuff out there, man. You know, you need to put more games out because it's been pathetic for years now. For years. 4 years. I mean, I'm a gamer myself. I mean, not as much as I used to be, but my kids are gamers, and they could tell you. I mean, right now, where's there a Call of Duty game? You got, you know, map packs, or there's no Modern Warfare 4. Where is it? You know, where's Black Ops 3? I mean, I mean, put something out. You know, is there a Spider-Man game out? No. Why are we waiting for the movie? Put another Spider-Man game out. You know, capitalize on the comic book characters. Put games out, for crying out loud. Make deals. You don't have to make it because the movie comes out. Put a Hulk game out. Put something out. They used to have the Incredible Hulk. Was it something Destruction? That game was great. Where's there a good Avenger game? There's no good Avengers games out there. I mean, these people don't capitalize on this stuff. It's crazy. It's all about the games at the end of the day. It's all about the games. You gotta put out the games to support your system, whether it be handheld, whether it be, you know, a main system, you know, like PS4, like it's Microsoft 720, whatever you're gonna call it, or Wii U. You gotta have the games, and if you don't have the games, that's when the system dies before its time. You know, and that's all I have to say about that. It's all about the games. That's all I gotta say. All about the games. Take care. Bye.